Hello everyone, my name is Aliyah.
My name is Chelsea.
My name is Iris.
My name is Redmond. Today we are talking about the Ganges River.
Every day, millions of people pray to a river, the Ganges. The Ganges is one of the most important and culturally significant rivers in the world. For thousands of years, it has supported civilization, provide water for over 650 million of people, and play a central role in daily life and religion. In fact, for followers of Hinduism, the Ganges is far more than just a river. It is a sacred symbol of faith, purity, and spiritual life.
However, it is facing a growing environmental crisis that threatens both human health and the river's ecosystem. To understand this issue, today we will explore its sacred tradition, the modern pollution crisis, and the possible solution that balance environmental protection with cultural and religious traditions.
There are many traditional practices and cultural beliefs surrounding the Ganges River. For starters, in Hinduism, pilgrimage and holy bathing symbolize the cleansing of sins and spiritual devotion. Every day, millions enter the river to pray and seek renewal, believing it can wash away sins, cleanse the mind, and bring blessings. This tradition becomes even more significant during the Kumbh Mela. The Kumbh Mela is one of the largest religious pilgrimages in the world and is held once every 12 years. In 2025, events attract more than 500 million participants, making it an extraordinary religious gathering. Another important tradition is offering of floating dyers and flowers. People light small oil lamps, place flowers on leaves or small boats, and release them onto the river while praying, chanting, or singing. This offering symbolizes peace, gratitude, and most importantly, remembrance of loved ones. The riverside ceremonies include evening prayer gathering, sunset and rituals, and they create a serene and sacred environment that filled with sight, sound, and devotion. The Ganges is also closely connected to cremation rituals and bones immersion after death. After cremations, bones are sacred in the river. This symbolizes the family's love, respect, and blessing for deceased. As it is believed to be the final stage of a mortal soul, with one soaked in the river, the soul is released from the body, allowing it to reach peace. Without these rituals, the soul's journey is believed to remain unfinished. These are a few examples of the many traditions that highlight the deep cultural and spiritual of the Ganges River. However, despite this sacred role, the river is now facing some environmental challenges, as Chelsea will now share.
Although the Ganges is deeply respected as a sacred river, it is now facing the environmental challenges from modern industry, urbanization, and human activity. Industrial waste is one of the biggest problems facing the Ganges because they lack proper treatment systems. For example, federal tanneries in Camper discharge around 190 to 300 million liters of wastewater in the Ganges. In addition, many textile and dye factories release untreated wastewater directly into the river. Even the India Oil Corporation contributes nearly 500 million liters of industrial wastewater daily. This pollution is severely damaging to both the ecosystem and human activity. Another major problem is India's rapidly growing population. India currently has about 1.4 billion people. The population density is about 480 people per square kilometer, while the world average is only around 60. Because many cities lack sufficient sewage treatment facilities, large amounts of wastewater are discharged directly into the river. Around 12 billion liters of wastewater are produced daily, but only around 30% is properly treated before entering the Ganges. Last but not least, even the traditions that were created centuries ago, when far fewer people used the river, now place greater pressure on the Ganges. For example, the Kumela and cremation rituals contribute a large amount of wastewater to the river. The Ganges remains a sacred symbol of life and faith, but modern pollution and overuse are something must be done. Now here are Aliyah and Revan to share some possible solutions.
Although the Ganges face serious pollution today, the solutions are possible if they balance environmental protection with traditions. First, stricter environmental laws and better wastewater treatment are needed to reduce industrial pollution. Factories should be required to properly treat wastewater before it releases into the river. More wastewater treatment should also be built near the residential and industrial area. Another important solution is improving sanitation and waste management near the river. Building modern sewage systems and improving sanitation infrastructure will greatly reduce untreated water from entering the river.
At the same time, religion tradition can continue in more environmentally friendly ways, using eco-friendly materials, designated ceremony areas, and improving cremation facilities would greatly help reduce pollution while respecting cultural traditions. Education is also essential. Schools, religious leaders, and the media can help raise awareness about environmental protection and encourage sustainable behaviors. Protecting the Ganges does not mean religion traditions. Instead, it adapts in sustainable ways. So that both the river and its cultural importance can survive for future generations.
The Ganges River has carried the beliefs and hopes of people for thousands of years. If future generations wish to keep honoring this sacred river, they must also take responsibility for protecting it.
However, this sacred river is in a serious environmental crisis.
To protect the Ganges, the governments, local communities, industries, and religious leaders must also take responsibility for protecting it.
In doing so, India can preserve to both its long-standing traditions and the environment.
我是林李瑞，
我是吴婷宇，我是邱日晴，
我是黄晓玲。
Namaste。